Hello, Year 5. I hope you've all finished your publishing well. I hope you had fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed listening to music and just chilling out and getting it finished off. We've finished with that part now, so obviously when you hand them in, I'm looking forward to seeing your fully finished, fully published final versions. So yeah, we're going to move on now. We're going to start our next series of lessons. So that's it. We're done with the biographies. I know you'll have done brilliantly. I can't wait to read them, like I say. And we're going to crack on straight away with getting on with our next part, which I'm not going to tell you about yet. Well, it'll be revealed a bit later on when we get on with our lesson. Okay. So Sanjay's made some mistakes with punctuation in these sentences. Can you spot and correct his mistakes? I had eggs, toast, and orange juice for breakfast. There were strawberries, bananas, grapes, pears, and apples in the shop window. Can I have pizza with mushrooms, peppers, and onions? Marie asked. Right, so we'll go through the answers now very quickly and then we'll get on. Again, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I want to maximise how much time you have to do your learning. So, I had eggs, toast, and orange juice for my breakfast. It should be, of course, there should be some commas here, here, and then a full stop here. So, I had eggs, toast, and orange juice for breakfast. This one, I'm sure you spotted it straight away, missing capital letter. There were strawberries, bananas, grapes, pears, and apples in the shop window. So again, commas missing for commas in a list, and we're also missing here, aren't we? We're also missing a full stop. This one has a full stop. It has a correct capital letter. So what are we missing? Can I have pizza with mushrooms, peppers, chickens, and onions? Again, it's missing commas for a list. So a comma should be going there and there. And again, if you've answered the challenge here, what punctuation is missing from all the sentences? It's commas. What's it used for? It's used for this, isn't it? So on this one, I'm hoping you can answer these. Which sentence uses commas in a list correctly? I went to the park with Ellie, Matt, Pete, and Frank. I went to the park with Ellie, Matt, Pete, and Frank. Which one uses commas in the list correctly? Pause the video here, see if you can answer it for me. Right, the correct one is, of course, A, isn't it? Because we don't need a comma here. This one's got one. We've used and for that. So it doesn't actually need a comma between and, because and's doing the same job as a comma, isn't it? It's splitting it up so we know it's different people. So, this one, my mom reads newspapers, books, and magazines. My mom reads newspapers, books, and magazines. Obviously, this one has commas here, here. This one has a comma here. Which one's right? Pause the video, see if you can work it out. Of course it is A, isn't it? Because the comma needs to go here. My mom reads newspapers, books, and magazines. We then don't have a comma here, do we? Here, here to show that it's a list. This one uses commas in a list correctly, doesn't it? Right, we'll move on to this one. So, Mr. Brown has 3 sons called Marty, Jack, and Alex. B says Mr. Brown has the same one again. So, which is the right one? Which one used commas in a list correctly? So, it is, of course, B this time. Mr. Brown has 3 sons called Martin, Jack, and Alex. This comma here is in the right place because it splits up Martin and Jack. That says Martin, Jack, comma, and Alex. Like we said before, the comma doesn't actually need to go between the last name and the and. The and's fine, so this one is correct. Okay, let's move on. Oh, don't do this to me again. Right. Complete the sentence using the word bank and check it makes sense. So, with my chips, I like something, something, and something. Complete these sentences and include commas in a list. So, my favourite desserts are. Include your own. I wash that. Please, 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 please write them next to where your work's going to go for today. So when you come to handing your books in, I'll be able to read them. I'll be able to check if you've used commas in a list right. I'll be able to check that your knowledge is where it should be. Okay. Pause the video here. I'll go through Spags. I'll go through the first one because obviously that's one that you'll that's one that I can give you the answer to. The next one below, they're your own answers. You're coming up with your own words and finishing off the sentences by yourself for that. So, like I say, pause the video and I will tell you which order the first one should go in. Okay, so it should be with my chips. I like salt, comma, vinegar, and ketchup in that order. Why you'd have ketchup on chips that already have salt and vinegar is beyond me, of course. You know I don't like ketchup, or at least my class do. But yeah, that's the order it should go in, and I look forward to seeing your own answers for these here. Right, we'll move on and we'll get on to today's task. So today we are going to be using the iPads, or we would be in school. Obviously, you can use iPads, computers, whatever device you want to research this. You're going to be using them to complete research about our planet Earth. Obviously, in school, it will be with a partner. Unfortunately, we can't do that at home, but you're more than welcome to do this with parents and brothers and sisters or anyone else. If you're used to FaceTiming your friends, of course, you can FaceTime your friends as well. So, this is the website we're going to use. So, it's on the screen there. All you have to do is pause the video here, type it out, and go in. Before we start, write a question down either in your book or on a spare piece of paper that you would like to find out about our planet. So the question that I'd like to find out is how old is the Earth, just how old it is. You can find out that. You can go through lots of information. But yeah, that's all you have to do for now. So if you want to get that website ready, pause the video here, get it loaded up, and I'll move on now. Obviously, you're welcome to pause the video. So let's go through the introduction together. Each time you look up to the sky and see a star, you are looking at a sun in another galaxy. If you were on another planet looking back at our solar system, you would see our sun as a star. It's believed that every sun has planets orbiting it. That means moving around it, which we've looked at in our topic lessons, haven't we? Our Milky Way galaxy has more planets than it has stars. In our solar system, we have 8 planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are the inner rocky planets. Jupiter and Saturn are the outer gas giants. Uranus and Neptune are outer ice giants. In recent years, astronomers have designed a new class called the dwarf planets. These are smaller worlds, not quite big enough to be considered a standard planet, and include Pluto. Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. So the only dwarf planet in our solar system is Pluto, of course. But when I was growing up, when I was your age, and I had to learn about the solar system, and again, it's not long since I was your age. So I'm trying to work out why it be. So only about 15 years ago, I had to learn that Pluto was a planet. So it was really weird to me when suddenly I had to start thinking about teaching you about the solar system, and now Pluto is not a planet, is it? So we'll move on. So, I want you to go into these books. Obviously, in school, I'll be able to model this for you on your board. I will go onto my internet. What is the population of Earth in 2017? Because that's the last time a full population was doing it. I mean, I know that anyway. So I would write out there the population of Earth is just over 7 billion people. Just like that. On top of that, I would then find out this. You've got question sheets at home. They all look differently. I'll go through in a minute. So, if you're in Miss Conley's group or Mrs. Saeed's group, you'll have when it wants to load up, just give it a second, you'll have a sheet that looks like this for you to fill in. All you have to do is answer. I'd type those sentences in, try and find them out. Really, really easy. But if you do need any help, please, please, please get in touch with us, and you know that we'll be able to help you. If you have a yellow sticker on your book, you're going to need this one, and that should be in your book. And if you have an orange or a red sticker on your book, you should have something that looks like this. Yours will be a bit different. Obviously, you have to search, I don't know, something like what is the structure and surface of the Earth. For this one here, you might also have to search, give me some information about space visits. Obviously, we know about walking on the moon. In the last literacy thing, we learned about Helen Sharman and who else was it? Tim Peake's space visits. But obviously, there's been loads more. Over 100 people have been to space now, so you can find out loads there. Formation, you just search how was the Earth formed, how was the Earth made. I'd just search, literally copy and paste this here and search Earth statistics, and you'll find loads out there. Where it says could life exist, try and search could life exist on other planets, see what you can find out, see if people really believe in aliens. Obviously, we've not found anything yet. Could there be anything else you could find out about? So, let's go on. So yeah, pause the video here, go on to that. If you do want an extension task, could you search through, find the answer question you asked at the beginning of the lesson. So the lesson that you've wrote down for me, the first question that you wanted to find out, Google that, try and find it out, see if you can find any more information. Where are we up to? And then see if you can answer these questions. So pause the video now. Go and do all your research, do your full lesson, and this is what we'll be doing at the end of the lesson. We'll go through these, see if you find out some of these questions. So yeah, pause the video now, give it a good go. Please get in touch if you need any help with this part of the lesson, researching, and I'll go through now these true or false questions to finish off the answers. See if you found these answers. So, the shape of the Earth is actually closer to a squashed sphere, so like a squashed football almost. Is it true? Is it false? So let's have a look. True, the Earth is fatter around the middle near the equator. We know a lot about the equator from looking last term about Brazil, don't we? So, the Earth is turning at 5,000 miles per hour. Let's see if it's right. False. It's turning about 1,000 miles per hour, so that's far too quick. This is the right answer here. Earthquakes are caused by a giant stomping his feet. Obviously, we know that's false. That's the right answer. It's by tectonic plates moving, and that makes the ground shake. And obviously, we know how dangerous earthquakes can be. The largest earthquake recorded in the USA was in 2016 in Alaska. These are all questions that you can get the answer to by looking at, where is it, this website here that we first looked at. So I'll go down to this now. True, the earthquake registered 9.2 on the Richter scale, which is used to measure earthquakes, and 9.2 is very high. The largest ever recorded earthquake was recorded at 9.5 in 1960. It killed 6,000 people, so you can imagine how big that was. The coldest temperature location is in Scotland. False. We knew that anyway. We knew it was going to be one of the poles, didn't we? It's in Antarctica, where temperatures can drop to minus 73 degrees Celsius. So if you have watched that before you've done your research, don't worry too much. There's some good facts there, and it tells you the sort of facts that you need to find out. Find out as much as you can. Please get in touch if you need any help. I'll speak to you very, very soon. And look after yourself. Obviously, it's not long now until hopefully you'll be back in school and we'll be back doing learning properly rather than just having to hear my voice over a lesson like this. So take care and goodbye.